wrong there. Yeah, it actually had wrapped the cord around itself. It was like in spite because it was stuck under the couch, but it wrapped the internet power cord around it, pulled it out of the wall, and then got stuck further underneath the couch. So, you know.
Jeez. Oh, yeah, Greyshot, could you record on your side just in case?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, man, because just in case my audio doesn't come out fine, we can,
In case it syncs wrong again.
Yeah.
But of course.
Destroy the human's happiness. Roomba suicide bombs into Greyshot's Wi-Fi router.
Anyone else joining us?
Okay, I'm gonna do a test run. Bake, if everyone going down can just, say a brief sentence. Bacon, can you start?
Hey, how it goes?
GVR?
Oh, yeah, yes. Hello. Hi.
KWX.
Wait, what's going on? I don't understand. Why am I in this dark room?
I got Nagota's laughter, so we're good there.
That works.
Okay, cool. So guaranteed double recording, which hopefully I won't have to go back up, but just in case.
Yes.
Right.
I'm just making sure everyone's sounds good.
Right in this dark room. Yo! GMK Goji! Alright,
Oh,
let's...
that's GMK?
Yeah.
He's just going to be typing, I assume, which is fine. Like,
Mhm.
Birdman
That's
does it
fine.
all the time.
Yeah, Birdman does all the time.
Oh wait, this is Shin Gojira on the forums?
No, GMK Goji.
GMK
Oh,
Goji.
GMK. I thought you said Shin Goji. I was
No,
like,
that's a
oh.
different guy. He's not on the server.
No.
Yeah.
Ah,
thankfully.
gotcha.
He rejected the offer, and I'm like, I weep.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Have you finished the match yet?
Who? Oh.
Oh no, too long. Didn't read.
Wow, I'm glad Greyshot skipped over the part where Shin grew wings.
No, but I did. No. Joe said I did read the match. I have my thoughts on it, but I was pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, good, nothing that crazy happens. Like, there's some minor stuff, but
It goes crazy, but not, like, ridiculous.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank gosh. Anyway, alright, let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wait.
What?
I forgot to set up everything. Hang on.
Oh my god.
Okay, hang on. My brain... Okay, no. 335 and 336 and 337. Yeah, we did
Yes.
334. Okay. And in KWCE, we have the first two?
You are the worst human being.
Why do you think his name is Mr. Tiny
That's not
Brain
true.
Man?
He didn't make Mecha Godzilla chug jugs with you.
I'm the second worst human being. I'll take that.
No. You're the third after Joe existing.
Damn.
You hear that? You were only bronze.
Double damn. I can't even be good enough to be evil.
You're too stupid to be evil. You'd go to do your evil plan, but then you'd be like, oh, wait, hold on, no, I need to do this, and then this.
Yeah. Accurate.
Nagota's sitting over here. Nagota and Kaiju X is just Pinky in the brain.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What are we going to do today, Brain? The same thing we always do. Destroy the world in another KWC.
Mr. Tiny Brain Man. More like Mr. Tiny Pinky Man.
That was
Oh, all I pictured was that your pinky is just really tiny. You have tiny pinkies.
Oh my
I can't tell what's more cursed. That or the no thumbs lady in Monsters vs. Aliens.
I hereby vote we stop Kaiju from ever speaking again.
Well, guess what? Too bad. Hello, everyone, and welcome back
Wait,
to
wait.
Greyshot, what?
Greyshot hasn't started his thing yet.
No. I just realized there was an update for GeForce, so I'm just making sure everything's good. I'm just going over everything.
Wait, GeForce? What?
Yeah. So NVIDIA graphics cards, you can record. But whenever there's an update, when you hit the button, it doesn't happen. So I hit the button and I got a notification like, oh, so I've been trying to get it to download right now. So
Oh yeah, he needs to update his thing.
yeah. So I 5 minutes. I didn't realize there was an update. I'm sorry. That
Wait, you mean the recording software needs an update?
Yes.
it wouldn't be a KWCC without a colossal amount of clusterfucks.
First, the Roomba planned this. They took out your internet so you get an update, just so it could mess up this one time.
The KWC is run by chimpanzees. If you haven't noticed, everyone.
I'm
A
pretty
base boosting chimpanzee.
I'm pretty sure our viewers have come to grips with that long ago.
Yes, despite Kaiju X's picture being King Kong, he is not a thinking animal.
Yeah.
He's the opposite.
Yeah, Kaiju X, your profile picture is smarter than you are.
And Greyshot is the opposite. Godzilla's a thinking animal.
Oh, good grief. Oh my gosh.
Where banana?
Where's banana? That's basically what I do. I look at through the whole Toho multiplex and be like, where banana? Oh, good grief.
Okay, I need 1 more minute. It's finishing up. It's doing the finalization. It's at 99%, which means this is where the other half of the loading is.
Oh my gosh. This is beautiful.
Things always go wrong at the start.
Yep.
That's how it is.
And Greyshot was all like, wait, we need to hold it earlier. So I was like, okay, that may or may not overlap with my dinner. Thank gosh it barely grazed by.
Hey, it's not his fault the Roomba decided to sabotage him.
Apparently.
Well, I got a Godzilla. Okay, so I got back because I let the Roomba on, right? I came back to my house, and sure enough, there was a but I'd gone out to get my car washed because I'm going to cut it close, but I'm going to be back by 3:30 because I got my car washed so I could put on the decal for it's a Godzilla decal.
Ah.
Are we even recording?
I am. So.
So you're saying that your Roomba is a tsundere?
God damn it, my game is not why is okay, so now I got it to work and now it's not recording. What the hell? Okay, Kaiju X, I trust you.
Yeah.
No, don't trust Kaiju X's technology. He touches the computer and it explodes.
Oh god. Think Tyler.
I mean,
Kaiju
let me
X's
see if I can
computer
get
is
OBS
5
open.
years old and it's dying.
If I can get OBS open, I can try on my end.
Alright. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't get why it's not recording. This sucker usually records everything on my computer, which now it's not recording the audio. Of all things, it's the one thing I need. I don't even care if I got video. I just want the audio.
Yeah. Damn.
You should just like keep a text transcript of the podcast and then release that in a file.
I heard that wrong, and I heard Chex Mix.
So you want me to go as a third backup or no?
Third backup, Nagoda. Yes, please.
Okay.
No, Bacon, I heard that. I'm not letting that slide.
Oh,
Chex
wait,
Mix.
I heard Chex Mix. KWC Chex Mix.
What? KWC Chex Mix? What are you on about?
I misheard you guys, and no one else heard me say, I know I misheard, but I heard someone say Chex Mix, and GVR was the only one that fucking caught it.
Well, it's because
and then he's like, "Oh, you want Chex Mix, huh? Well, I'm gonna Chex Mix your fucking knees with this baseball bat."
I was about to comment on finishing the survey versus the survey.
I can't believe when Kaiju X called customer service and Salonga answered the phone, he said, "Ah, great, it's one of these people."
KWX probably thinks that every person from India sounds like Apu from The Simpsons.
Don't you know Kaiju X was outraged when they replaced Apu's actor with an actual Indian actor.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the original Apu actor stepped down because everyone was getting pissed off about it, even though they were fine with it like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He stepped forward about it, not the crowd. He did.
I thought it was a mixture
That
of
was
both.
him stepping down.
Yeah, I knew he stepped down, but I thought that was also a mixture of other people.
I did not hear the latter, but it is possible.
Well,
Yeah, I think it was a mixture of both.
Bacon, you climb a ladder, you don't hear it.
I said ladder, and second, fuck you, bitch. I had enough of y'all today. I'm already loading a bowl.
well, here, give me one last try. I think I got it.
Test.
All right. Hang on, Bacon. Say something.
Kaiju X is a bitch ass motherfucker who pissed all over my match. That's right. He took his racist streak out and pissed him.
He's muted. GVR, say something.
I'm alive.
Why do I have to say? Leave me out of this. Leave me out of all of your descents into madness. I was going to ask
But
if
you're
you-
part of it.
No.
Okay, good.
I feel like if you watched every KWCC episode in order, you would be able to just like track the decline in brain power.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
And we didn't start with high brain power. We didn't start well.
Yeah, no, we didn't start at that high of brain power. We still managed to get low.
We were at the bottom of the ocean. Now we're like digging downward.
Yeah, I have a shovel.
Do you count a shovel as a spoon?
What?
Would you count a shovel as a spoon?
Oh no. Hey,
But would you count
Bacon.
it as an earth spoon?
Bacon, would you count a rake as a fork?
Yes.
There you go.
Just a spoonful pulls out a shovel.
okay. So I should be good now.
Okay, so fortunately I'm triple backed. This time it's me recording, Greyshot recording, and Nagoda recording. That way, in case anything goes wrong, we're good.
Get in a pop. Be right back.
Can't wait for all three of them to die simultaneously.
No. Oh my god.
Them all and see which one he approves of the most. You know, see, it's like a battle, right? It's Kaiju X's old machine versus my setup versus Nagoda's.
Yep.
Yep, pretty much. It's
Giant
all...
microphones, all out attack.
All right. Okay, can we finally start properly now?
We have so many matches to get through, please,
DVR.
people.
What do you
What?
mean the FBI could use our voice calls to torture info out of terrorists? Do you not remember we were on the watch list because of that one match, Mogera?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
when Harley screams death to America.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I came back from getting a mango popsicle and all I hear is terrorism.
You know, that really reminds me of the time Harley posted the Rampage trio destroying the World Trade Center that one time.
Oh my gosh. I know. GK Goji's probably like, oh yeah, let's begin. Now it's just devolved into nonsense. Guess what, man? This happens pretty frequently. But does it swallow? Alright. Oh, okay. Finally. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the shit. I was about to say the committee reads.
Gonna freaking lose it.
Sooner or later, GVR is gonna end up killing all of us.
I am.
Downside is, hey, as long as I'm the last one, right? That's all I care about. As long as I'm the last one, I can enjoy it before I.
Yes,
but
Greyshot, you irritated me the less. Yes.
But you see, but if he kills
GVR
Greyshot
now
and
has to
Kaiju,
die for stupidity.
if he kills GVR, if he kills all of us, that means either he's in charge or Titano's back in charge of the KWC.
Well, I'll kill Titano
Either way,
too
he
for saying
loses.
Toho superiority.
Either way, he loses whether he kills us or he doesn't.
GVR knows that going in.
We balance as all things should be.
Alright. Holy moly. Alright.
Can we start now?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the KWCC. I am your host, KaijuX, and with me today, I have Fat Bacon Unicorn, Greyshot 151, GVR, Nagoda, Alex, and someone from last time, GMK Goji. Hello.
He can't say hi back. He's muted. He doesn't talk.
Yeah,
He's never gonna answer.
He lost his vocal cords in the war.
Yeah. He's like Birdman, except not British.
So that means he exists,
Okay,
right?
Goji, if you're with Anime Ghidorah, just type it out. We can't save you, but it will be funny.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing and everything. So shut up, bitch.
Okay.
Well, it'll partially tie back to the survey, which we'll discuss later.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later. But in the meantime, we'll jump right into our first match. Match 335. Attack Titan versus Rion. Written by Vincent Roger and banner by Landon Soto.
Look at that sneaky boy sneaking into the roster.
Yeah, he snuck right. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright.
Do you want to give the backstory about the mix-up or the big oops on this
Oh
one?
my gosh.
Kaiju X?
Okay, yeah. Let's start on that. Let's start on that.
Yes, Mr. Takakai.
But anyway,
How is Kaiju Wax?
Bacon, that was you. That was you, but I didn't correct it because I didn't know.
Shut up, ho.
Okay, so to contextualize Sneaky Boy Rion. So back with match, what was it, 333, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, 333. I assumed that Tyler had sent the information of our net, because that whole 2 months was all new monsters. That was the whole thing.
Yes.
And when we got that set up, Tyler decided to send all the stat stuff and images of the other monsters to Anthony. What I assumed happened, and Greyshot, feel free to correct me on this if I am wrong, is that by sending it to Anthony, Anthony assumed, okay, I'm just going to update it now. So he added them to the roster before they were supposed to be added. Granted, as a man who works behind the scenes, I do get that it's like these things do take a little bit of time to set up, and I do understand that it's like, okay, having them there now would make it easier for when the actual matches roll along. But it basically blew the surprise wide open, and we basically were just like, let's keep silent on this.
Yeah.
Keep it completely silent. All right, Greyshot, was that an accurate assessment, or do you have anything else to add?
Completely. I'm guessing you just upload them all at time for like you said, ease. And what primarily happened was we just didn't talk about Rion. We just were like, what? We just
we just said nothing. As one person on the forums was like, "Hey, why is Rian here?" And we just left him there to speak like a crazy person.
Yeah. Yeah, there were, in my line.
We gaslit that poor man.
It's a necessary sacrifice.
Yeah, no, there were only 2 people that I know that noticed, but the other one was on a Twitter DM, and I told them just don't bring it up until they. Well, it's like until it
In other
started.
words,
but,
you silenced them.
yes, I was pretty much silencing for behind the scenes. So there was that bit of hilarity, and surprisingly, no one noticed Kaishin Muba. No one, only Rian.
Well, they might have noticed him, but they just didn't say anything, just because like we already.
He was
knew
already
Kaiju.
confirmed.
I guess, yeah, we had already confirmed.
No one expected the sneaky boy.
Sneaky
Out of
boy.
the out of the 2, one had a bit of history of being like this one's green, and the other one just came out of nowhere for like the audience perspective. They're just like, wait, what the heck is this one-eyed Venus
Pizza
flytrap?
dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helicopter ass.
Helicopters. But yeah, freaking yeah, no, with that said, after that, we basically just kept silent throughout the whole thing up until the matches were posted. We didn't say a darn word, and thankfully nothing seemed to have really come out of it aside from one person going crazy.
Well, yeah, we brought it up like around the time the next match. Right. Keep speaking. I forgot how to use words. Shortly before this match went up, like around the time the Kaishin Muba match went up, we spilled the beans and we started talking about it on the forums.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, basically something to that extent. So that's why Rion was on the roster before he actually had a match. Hilariously, too, I'm pretty confident we revamped the FAQ at around that time, and we were pretty much all like, yeah, we don't need that whole thing about, like, what about monsters that don't have matches? It was like, oh yeah, no, that was just a one-time experiment. Then it comes back. Oh, lordy. That was funny.
It is one was intentional, the other was an oopsie.
Yes.
Protein. Deep blasted all these memes. But yeah, that basically leads us to the match. After that little bit of context. So, match 335, Attack Titan versus Rion.
Which had its own share of issues before it was released.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that with this, like, the discussion of the match. But with the lead up out of the way,
Greyshot had a mini meltdown. He went, no.
and I was basically like, no, don't do that, but yes to that, because it's cool. And then it was all...
Kaiju and Bacon had a whole conversation about what was allowed and what wasn't without involving Greyshot, and Greyshot did not find out until like 4 days before the match was supposed to be uploaded.
Oh, that was like a day before.
No, it was like 2 or 3.
It was a number of days because I've for my own self-interest and benefit, I usually try to get the stuff for the matches prepped at least a number of days beforehand. Like Godzilla Legendary, the newest one we just released. That one I kind of prepped and like got all the materials together, and then like 2 days ago I posted it, like prepped it for the site to launch. But I made sure I had everything, and I went over, read it, and all that jazz. Yeah, when I read over this one, thank God I did so a little bit in advance than what I usually do. I was like, okay, we need to have a conversation here.
So I was curious, and I knew you were going to say no to certain things, so I made sure to get to that before it was passed to you. But apparently, even my restrictions were too loose for what went down behind the scenes for this particular match. So, oh boy.
Yeah. Well, here, why don't we discuss what we do have? You want to start, or do you want to like kind of wait till everyone's done? Because this is your match.
Oh yeah. Bacon, you want to go first or last?
I'll get it out of the way.
All right.
I hate everything about this, besides the premise. Everything else is hot garbage. This is a disappointment and a disgrace to my current writing and my past writing. This is actual trash. Who's next?
I mean, that's how everyone feels about their writing.
Damn. I guess it's Greyshot's turn next because he's.
I guess we're going down the list this time, so.
Yeah. Okay. So my general thoughts, I would say, are I think the banner for this one, first and foremost, is just glorious. It is. The lighting is great. The poses are great. It's just. I'd probably say 7 out of 10 in regards to like the quality of the banner. I really enjoy it. It's a little bit simple, really, when you think about it. But it's good. It's really, really good. The match itself, I would kind of agree with Bacon. It's definitely not one of his strongest matches. It's definitely below what has come before. Let's say like 311 with Attack Titan and Ultraman versus Mecha King Ghidorah. The biggest thing for me is I don't think the action was as bad as like the action's not bad. Like that's probably the best part of what's written. My biggest problem is the characters, is that I don't see a lot of the dialogue that comes out of their mouths referencing back to the characters. And that's my biggest problem, is because a lot of this is the characters talking and discussing things and discussing the past events and what has led to this world and all that jazz. The alien stuff I think is fine. It's just I don't see Aaron, I don't see any of the characters really talking like that, like the way they are. It just kind of took me out of it because it kind of seemed like cosplayers in those roles doing those things rather than the actual characters from the show. But or I should say from the movie. But again, this is my perspective from someone that's watched the show and only seen bits of the movies.
Sounds like Bacon needed me and Kaiju X to write the characters.
I think it can happen with any character.
I'm joking.
Yeah, but I think this is going to happen with any of the characters in regards to how they're written. Like, you can always feel that disconnect. But this one, really felt that. And I think the match suffered. So I'd probably give it like a 4 or 5, honestly. Like, it's not... I don't think it's like absolute trash. I think there are plenty of matches that are worse. I think it's kind of at its best average and maybe at its worst a little bit under.
Don't worry, Bacon. It's still better than an Emmet match.
Yeah, freaking.
Greyshot's right. This match is trash.
That wasn't all as he said. He said the match is trash.
Give it a 4 out of 10. Absolute trash. What is this? IGN like review scores?
Yeah.
IGN reviews Doom Eternal.
I give this game a 6 out of 10. It's the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah, that's basically it.
My turn. I take it.
Sure.
Well, Greyshot, you done?
Yes.
Okay. I don't care too much for this match. It goes by a bit too quickly for my taste, and the writing, especially with the dialogue and characters, is a bit awkward at points. Like, I get what it's going for, but it does just like come across a bit awkwardly at points. The action's fine, but the action just goes by like a bit too quickly. It's kind of hard to tell like what exactly is going on because it's racing by, and like I do fully understand that because Rian is a very weird kaiju. I attempted to write with him in the past and just like abandoned it because I had no idea how to use him in a fight. But yeah, I'm not gonna say this match is like terrible or anything, just like par, maybe subpar. There's certainly much worse matches. Yeah. The banner looks good. Did a good job with the lighting. Dope Pope's Rian model looks really good. And yeah, that's it.
Alright. Yeah, no, I think it's not your best compared to your other work. It is a little... Like, I don't find myself hating the match as much as you do. I do fully agree with the sentiment that the characters are a little awkward here. That's where I think that's definitely the biggest wrench in this particular match is the handling of the characters in this one. Even to go into some spread the territory a little bit, there was a point where there was a lot more Marvel elements in this match, which was the crux of the thing. But even then, even back in that old version too, it was still kind of awkward at points. I'm pretty sure I pointed them out to you too. I can't remember. I'm confident I did, but still, it's not the worst thing I've read. Otherwise, I would have turned it down. But compared to your other work, it is definitely sort of not the best of the bunch. But it wasn't bad enough for me to reject. But I can't say it's good enough to hold up the high standard. I do at least agree that it's subpar at worst. It does feel a little awkward. I mean, freaking Tyler had mentioned it feels like cosplayers playing these characters, and I guess to an extent, that could be applied to the live action versions. It's oh yeah, cosplayers playing these characters you recognize. So I guess in the spirit of the movie, you got it right.
Yeah, he's being faithful.
In its own unique
so Bacon
way.
did a good job.
He did it in his own unique way. That's how. It's anytime you find a lackluster AOT related match, just jump back to the live action movies. It's oh yeah, I guess this is faithful after all. It's still a really good premise that I thoroughly enjoyed with this one, but aside from just the premise, it's the action is a little on the action's still fine for what it is. It's just that the action isn't supported by the rest of the narrative elements, or mostly the characters. Had the characters been more defined, more fleshed out, and so on, I think this would have been. Obviously everything would have stood out a lot more. But as is, it just sort of breezes by and just, it doesn't really leave too much of an impression. But both monsters are used well, so that much I can give the matches that the monsters are nicely done. So, maybe not compared to your other stuff, but within its own context, it is fine. And,
Hey, Nico. On down. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
This one was interesting. The banner is really good, even if Rion looks like he's sneaking through the buildings right there. And then since I'm in the server, I know that this match went through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saved some of the changes so we could read it later. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think one of the things was you can only the worthiness hammer part was in the old one.
Yeah.
And then we had to change it to mythological Thor was just really, really heavy.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, Greyshot posted a picture of that in the staff chat. Is it okay if I post that in the general discussion?
I don't see why not.
pinned. Yeah, I pinned it, so you could just grab it. There you go.
Yeah, no, there we go.
There it is. So yeah, there was references to you aren't worthy and the previous user of the Attack Titan being Captain America.
Or implied, at least.
Yeah, if those that are curious.
Yeah, implied.
And for those that are curious why the Marvel changes had to be removed, it's basically because
Disney lawyers are scary.
Yeah, Disney lawyers are scary, and I was requested by, that do not have references to other popular media that is outside of the Toho lexicon. So we haven't. So I can this kind of stuff, okay, but and we've had references before. I know I've made I I've made name references and whatnot to other things,
But just
never
in
in
passing.
But yeah, just in passing, and it's never. And we've had plenty of stuff where it's like landmarks, people, all that's fine. Brands, names, that's fine. So when you incorporate those as key story parts of your story, that things immediately hit a red line. I'm like, absolutely not.
And Toho lawyers more scary than Disney.
They're not.
Oh wait, I should be more clear. They're just bigger assholes.
Yep.
Aren't
Both
Disney
lawyers
lawyers
are
one where
scary
like
in
you put a
general.
Disney character on a daycare, they're gonna tear it down?
I mean,
Yep.
same could be said for Toho.
Toho, you use like 5 seconds of footage and they take your video down.
5 seconds of unedited footage. Cringe.
Yep. Yeah, but otherwise, like, this was an okay match.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize. For the longest time, I thought that imposed element was something just Greyshot put down. I didn't realize that was a Anthony imposed that thing. I didn't realize it was in that hierarchy. So, it's like I knew Greyshot was gonna reject some things, and then but yeah, no, I didn't realize that was the extent. Had I known, I probably would have doubled down.
Yeah, it because this isn't just the thing that's now, because this was also in the previous Toho or previous KWC.
It would have been great if Batman vs. Godzilla was made.
Got access to KWC, yeah.
That definitely would have been something.
Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, oh, but you guys use cut content all the time. No, Batman vs. Godzilla, that's like the one exception where we can't do that.
Yeah, because Batman is still a copyrighted character.
The movie was never made, therefore the copyright still goes to the original owners. I think things would have been very different had the movie been made. And again, I stress as a movie, because it's different from a comic, right? So
Yeah.
fortunately, though, I think under Anthony's line of thought is that anything that's custom made within said crossover is eligible for the KWC. Though for all intents and purposes, while Demonicus did, like, the character of Dr. Demonicus did get his start in the Godzilla series, not to say he technically doesn't qualify as a character you could use, but because he expands into greater Marvel lore beyond, we're gonna say no to him. Again, just more as a safety precaution than, from the objective stance he's usable, but for precautionary purposes, we're keeping him out of the picture. He's racist too, so, it helps.
I mean, I raised the question of what happens if Marvel brings back Rian.
That's a conundrum for another time.
Damn, I can't believe that he's retired as I shoot him in the back alley of a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, really? It's only Rion and the Mechans we could use. Red Ronin's too heavily tied with Stark Industries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, like, literally, the alien monsters of... Let me break it down. The alien monsters and the alien races from the Godzilla Marvel comics are usable, because their original origins don't tie into any sort of greater Marvel thing, and they haven't been brought back in years. And the cameo appearances the Megans did have beyond the original Godzilla series are just cameos. They don't play any sort of major integral part. So we are alright in that front. And even then, the Mega Monsters never appeared beyond the Godzilla series. So again, we're fine. So that's what... And then among the space monsters that appear in the comics, Rion was really the best option of the bunch.
Yeah, because the other two suck.
Yeah, the other
two are bad.
Yeah, the other two Mega...
At least this one can fly.
Too.
I mean, say what you want. He's better than the other two.
This one has blades. The other one was just like a turtle thing, and what was it? Like a bug?
Just like a burrower spit bug thing, yeah. So, or Beta Beast, who is just kind of fodder for Godzilla. It looks cool, but Yeah, no.
Here at the KWC don't accept beta male kaiju. We only accept alpha tier kaiju.
Yes, like Mr. Sneaky Boy there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why we have Varan.
Those beta of betas, anyway. But he's the alpha of the betas, don't you see?
Bad of the beta monsters.
Anyway.
You're a beta.
Beta cock.
But yeah. So there, because of that, there was a lot of removal of the heavier Marvel elements, which did make the match a little better, but even then not by like any sort of like dramatic leap or anything. The one scene I personally missed was the original Thor version, but I think what we have is suitable for the circumstances. That said, we are going to ask Myth Thor, I think because Myth Thor still, like, even if you have Myth Thor, unless he appears in an IDW comic, I think this is just a one-time exception, unless he appears in an IDW comic.
If you want a lightning god in the KWC, use Zeus.
Yes, use Zeus.
Yeah, Greek gods. Anything in really public domain, you're good to go for. Like the Greek gods are basically just public domain at this point. Same thing.
Well, the Greek gods were in Rage Across Time.
Yeah.
Everything in public domain is good, he says. Yeah, looks at Sherlock Holmes and fucking Dr. Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
To a
I'm
point.
specific about the gods.
To a point.
Yeah, like Godzilla canonically fought the Greek gods in a comic.
Right. There exists an official publication in which Godzilla fights the Greek gods, in which the Greek gods in use are not part of another property. We are fine.
Yes.
So that is the biggest takeaway. Shoot. Oh yeah, Dakota was still giving thoughts on the match, wasn't he?
I think I was. Oh yeah, I think I was done. But like, I just like to also mention, like, wasn't there like an Avengers building reference too?
Yes, there was. And then that was removed.
Yeah.
I guess
Aaron
used for
picks
hammer.
Aaron picks up the A, then just slams it into Rion.
But yeah, like overall, this was a good match.
I have additional thoughts. I had to like sit down and think about it because I just hate this match so much. So after Alex and GMK go, I have some words.
Well, Alex is muted, and GMK is also muted.
They've left. They've abandoned us. So, Bacon, your thoughts?
This match was rushed to the point that I just wanted it to be done with. And the premise is fine. I understand why Marvel elements were taken out. It's still disappointing, but I understand why. Beyond was just such a weird monster to write with. I did not know how to make it like last longer and not rushed. And I got so fed up with writing this that I just wanted it to be done. Which, well, lesson learned. This sucks.
Damp.
I'm trying to think. The only reason I even did this was because of like AOT versus Marvel. Kinda wish I could have done a better job representing that mini comic. Overall, this match sucks. It's a disappointment, and moving on.
I think the biggest problem with this is that I think this should have been a KWCE.
Yeah.
To elaborate
agree
on the
with that.
Marvel points, yeah, but yeah.
In fairness though, I did think Bacon did a great job with the Armin and Hanji sex scene.
Shut up.
Gosh
Why
darn
are
it!
you so fucking horny, bro? Shut up.
Hey. Don't be angry for making art.
I didn't make art. I made a disappointment pile of shit. What are
Well,
you talking about?
There was a nugget of gold in that shit.
No,
Can we
there
move
wasn't.
on to the next piece of art we have to discuss?
Well, I haven't finished giving my thoughts.
And neither has GMK Goji. GMK Goji, if you want to write out your thoughts so I can read them, by all means. I think that would probably be the best thing.
I don't think
He's
this was.
typing now.
I don't think this is bad, like Bacon's saying. Again, I think it should have been a KWCE to better represent his original vision.
GMK says the match was fine, loved the banner, that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, the banner is really good, and it's the only salvageable thing from this.
Oh yeah, I think it's just okay. I don't think it's like super terrible. And we're done, thank you very much.
Alright.
God, there's other people in here.
Alright, fine. Okay, so... but yeah, with that said, we will migrate over from match 335 yonder over to match 336, where things go smoother from here. Hopefully, thankfully, yes. Baragon Showa versus Zilla. Bacon is okay. Bacon didn't read it. Okay. Greyshot. What'd you think of it?
Oh, I genuinely loved it. It turned what was a normal kind of match, which was you have two dinosaur kaiju, which are like two basic kaiju run into each other and clash. I don't know why Zilla has been the monster of choice for that as of late. But I'm thinking like Mothra Hesai versus Zilla and such. But I thought it was done well written. I liked it. Gave some good emotion when it wanted to. Again, considering what this match usually is, right? Like, you don't usually feel anything or care, but this one makes you care, especially about the younglings. But yeah, I genuinely like the ending. And in regards to the banner, I'm disappointed that we didn't get to do the Green Breath Nagoda made. That was just fantastic. But we still get a pretty good banner either way. So I would say in regards to the banner, I'd probably give it a 7. As for the match itself, I'd give it also a 7. It's good. I don't think it's remarkable. I don't think it's like the most memorable of this specific kind of match. But I think it did exactly what it was supposed to, which is make two different characters clash, make it interesting, make it fun, make you feel something, and then, you know, make yourself enjoy it by, you know, the match's end. But yeah, GDR, what were your thoughts?
I quite like this one. Yeah, I initially thought it was just going to be like a very simple match of two monsters run into each other and start fighting, and that was it. And while it did have a bit more going on for it that caught my interest. Yeah, the fighting itself was fun. I liked the character given to both monsters as well. Yeah. I especially liked the ending with Baragon choosing to just eat Zilla's eggs instead of actually killing Zilla. And then Zilla getting very upset over that. Something that did strike my notice with this one is that I have a feeling it was written back when we had a 50-meter scaling, and then that was not adjusted for when the time came to actually post the match.
Yeah, I could vouch for it because I remember verifying this one like several years ago. Like, I think it was even before 2017.
Yeah.
Not that it like detracts from the match or anything. It's just like it's very clear that this is supposed to be a 50-meter scale match, which usually you can't tell that with a match because the size of the monsters isn't really. Yeah, the size of the monsters isn't usually elaborated upon in relevance to anything. But with this one, where they have the redwood trees being like hundreds of feet taller than Baragon, you can tell what's up.
Oh, for sure. And again, even if it was years ago, I don't think this is a badly written match. I think this
no, it's very good. I'm just saying, like, you can tell it was written on the 50-meter scale, and just, like, it's a bit awkward, but it doesn't detract from the match at all, because it's not the match's fault.
Yeah.
Like, you can just easily picture it on the 50-meter scale in the match itself, and there's no issue.
Yeah.
Well, don't you know, in this universe, the trees are, like, a lot taller?
Yeah, the trees got scaled up too. What you didn't see is that the people are all 12 feet tall. Yeah, no, and yeah, I liked the kill for this one. It was fun. Baragon got killed by a tree, LeMayo.
Kind of fitting in regards to his past confrontation. Like, can you imagine if Kong had fought him with, like, he just grabs a tree, shreds it, and then just, like, stabs him?
Oh, yeah, no, Kong would have, yeah.
Tree trilogy with Baragon.
Baragon, next time, Baragon crucified by tree.
Nice.
Alright. Do you have anything else to elaborate on GVR? Or?
No, that was it. The banner's nice. Nothing, like, spectacular or anything, but it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like Baragon's fire breath, even if it does look a bit awkward, just paused in the middle there.
Well, I mean, it was captured mid-shot.
Okay. Baragon looks like he's barfing.
Not wrong there. Now that you say that,
but yeah, no, my personal thought. Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to read this one when it got to the site. I promised I would, but I never got around to it, so I was like, damn it. I mean, I'm aware of the plot points, of this one. So, but it had been, I hadn't read it since I sent it over to Tyler years ago. So that was kind of the last time I looked at it. I still remember it being really good. Like yeah, I know the way friggin' Baragon eats the eggs, and then friggin' the tree kill. We're all like, ooh, this is really nice match for the two of them, and it portrays them both really nicely. Just again, I can't go into any deeper detail just because it's like I hadn't read it in a while, and I forgot to read it when it got up, so I was like, shoot. So yeah, I know. Keeping it brief here, I like the banner. Baragon looks real nice. Zilla's just there's something about it that's off. I'm not sure what it is. It could just be like the heavier shadows under the belly.
The head is different.
I mean, it's not even the head that bothers me as much. It's something about the body. Like, I know that I could see the head difference now looking at it, but that wasn't what bothered me. It was something with the belly area. Too dark? I don't know. But that aside, Nagoda, what'd you think of the match?
Okay, so for this one, let me just say this. The reason the head on Zilla looks so weird is because it was originally supposed to be, like Greyshot said, a green atomic breath firing to beam clash with Baragon's magma heat ray. So when I was told this Zilla doesn't have the atomic breath, I took that out and just submitted it like this without realizing the head looks really weird because this banner was submitted like 1 or 2 years ago, I think. So it's an old one. So that, if anyone's wondering, the head looks weird is because a beam is missing from it. As for the match itself, I love Finding Nemo, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Not wrong.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice short match, and it really, like, the ending really brought to mind Finding Nemo, because like, oh, all these eggs are now gone, single father, suddenly one survived. So when is this Zilla child going to go missing, leading Zilla to travel across the East Australian current to go find him?
Sounds like a great follow-up. Yeah, during the little baby's adventures, he encounters Gizora, Ganois, Kamivas.
Well, yeah, like, I think that's basically what I have to say for this one. It's nice.
And yeah. Did you have anything else to say,
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Like Kaiju X, I have not read this in a long time, so I can't really judge it. So, GMK, you're up.
You think the tree is the most embarrassing death? What about eating a heart?
Yeah. Baragon has died by literally something else eating. Like, like he ate another monster and he died from it. Like you got the KWC equivalent of eating bad Chinese, like eating bad like
You got a really bad food poisoning.
like seafood poisoning. Yeah.
What can you say? Eating is Baragon's hubris.
The arrogance of Baragon is focusing his control, not the other way around.
Let him eat.
Oh yes, the most defining moment of Baragon. Let him eat.
It's kind of a clever way to kill them, but it's a clever way to kill him, but maybe not. Maybe in the Tom area, but in the future eras, we're looking back at it like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Baragon should have fought something. Yeah, no, King of Little Caesar just commented like that. Eating the heart feels like a cheap way to resurrect Baggin from the dead, which is why
Yep.
Alex's Orca proposition would have been brilliant.
Baragon has a heat ray that did nothing to a large man.
Yeah, you're completely
Dude.
right.
What's even more embarrassing is that the torches Frankenstein threw were the cause of the forest fire.
Yeah! Alright, so here's what GMK Goji has to say. I like this match. The premise and plot was pretty nice, and the characterization was really well done for both monsters. Zilla should have shoved the tree up Baragon's ass to kill him. Anyway. So, yeah. There is very much that. And I think... Yeah, no, Alex, did you give your thoughts yet? Shoot.
Yeah, I already did. Mine's kind of the same as yours.
Oh,
I
yeah, that's
didn't
right.
get a chance to reread it.
My brain is small right now, so...
Your brain's always small.
Except for when it isn't, but it only isn't for like 5 seconds before it goes back to being small, so...
You have a normal, you have a big brain when you're writing, but then like the moment you stop typing out match words, you just like it all just flows out your ears.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
You write some of the best matches the KWC has, and then you turn around and go singular point.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, shoot. I guess, do we have any other elaborations that come to mind? Or I think this one was pretty
Nope.
basic. We just got it upscaled, came in, and then yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah, again, I always consider these kind of matches. I compare it to, or like crazy or weird, or it just does everything it's supposed to really well.
You cut out. I did not hear what you said.
yes, yes, you did.
What I'm saying was, it's like Jumanji. It's not high art or cinema or anything of that nature. It just does everything it's supposed to do very well.
Yeah.
It's not going to be memorable because of... I don't think it's going to be the most memorable thing, but for anyone that looks at it or gets the opportunity to read it, it's going to be in for a hell of a good time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jumanji was miserable.
Okay, that's my benchmark. You can have your own benchmark. If Requiem for a Dream, when you want to consider, you're like, good time. You know, I chuckled, I laughed, fun cinema.
I'm gonna
Then
take over
you
your
can do that,
bench.
Alex.
I'm gonna take over your bench.
This is the KWCC, not the KWC staff reviews movies. We'll do that for a different show.
Those are the
No, I
KWCC steel benches.
I spaced out because I was reading the new chapter of Dragon Ball Super, and all I heard was Requiem for a Dream. And like, oh wait, that movie's depressing as hell. Drugs.
Yeah. It's called The Crux of a Joke.
Or a joke.
Damn.
What Kaiju X's parents said when he was born.
But yeah, I guess if we don't have anything else to say, I guess we can move on to the most recent match that came out, almost 5.5 hours ago.
Yeah.
So, oh boy. This one I also didn't read. I didn't read when it was posted to the site, but I did read it, and I'm pretty confident there are no changes because Greyshot skipped it. So I was like, great. So, but it's like this one just came out today, so I'm not going to be too surprised if I'm not going to be too surprised if we don't get like a lot of thoughts in. Maybe we can get more in next month. Just
It is long.
yes, very.
I mean, I'm done reading it by now, so that's a good thing.
Hooray!
Yeah, I'm sure we can. I'm sure next episode we can come back and do a second look over of it
Second round
for the people who didn't read it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I read it. I read the matches before they go up, so I can give a review of it if y'all.
Yeah. So Bacon did.
I also read it.
Yeah.
Should be able to give some thoughts
Oh yeah,
as well.
yeah. No, I could definitely still give my thoughts too. So I think maybe there's enough of us here who actually read it to where
We could do a very brief
very brief
overview,
next
talk
time.
in detail.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I'll try to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but I will say.
We'll reserve that for next month.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
yeah,
Bacon didn't
overall-
read it, so Greyshot, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, overall, this was a very, very good match. The action, the characterization, all of it is on point. If you haven't read it, go read it. Highly recommend it. It's the worst thing about. I'll start with the banner. The worst thing about it is I think GVR is bashed his head against the Discord numerous times saying it, but the text is reversed. It should be
No,
reversed.
Joe's the one who complains about that.
Joe's is the one that complains
Joe.
about that.
Yeah, it should be Godzilla Legendary. It should be Godzilla Reiwa versus Godzilla Legendary to match it up. But now it looks reversed, so it's just Godzilla Legendary and Shin's underneath, and Godzilla Reiwa and Legendary's underneath. It's what is going on?
You mean
Yeah, I'm
you
the one who
don't
told Joe to not be
remember?
bothered about that, and he told me to die.
You mean you don't remember legendary Godzilla being covered in keloid scars and walking around with a second head on his tail?
Don't you remember,
Yeah, I remember
the
that.
Reiwa Godzilla having blue and looking like an armored reptile?
Yeah,
And he
Ultima.
called the older one. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yes, the banner is. I get it's. I'd say a 7 out of 8. It's just the helicopters. It just looks great. On the flip side, the match itself, I love the monster action. What I wasn't a major fan of was the human stuff. The human stuff kind of felt it was good for pacing. Just to break up the action, because there's a lot of action here, and if it was just the action, it would have dragged down or gotten bogged down, I think, quicker than I would have liked. But because it's spaced out with the human stuff, it flows really quickly. What doesn't flow very quickly is all the human stuff when you get to it. It's this is great for pacing in theory, and then you get to it, and you're they don't have this match is trying to replicate Shin Godzilla Resurgence, but I don't think it works to this match's benefit. So overall, some creative stuff done with Legendary, some creative stuff done with Reiwa. I'd say the action is a 9, the human stuff is a 5. I'll meet in the middle at 7.5 because it's so good. But yeah, it for being so well written, so great, it's a definite read for anyone that's interested in, or likes their Godzilla fan fiction.
Yeah, my turn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to agree with Greyshot on the action and then disagree with him on the characters, because I thought the character stuff was also excellent. I can understand the complaint of it going by too quickly and there being too many characters, but when it is focusing on specific characters, I think it is excellent stuff. And yeah, it's kind of like a mixture of Shin Godzilla and the PS4 game in terms of how the human element is, but better, because it's not them just saying the same things over and over again. And unlike Shin Godzilla, you get to actually get a look into the characters' minds for more than 5 seconds at a time.
The generator.
Yeah, there's no Godzilla's heading towards the generator in this match, so it's good. Don't worry about it.
There should have only been one. I'm kidding.
But yeah, this is so far my match of the year, and I think it's going to be very difficult to top it. Because yeah, the character and story stuff is excellent, and the action is just top tier. It is everything you would want from Legendary versus Reiwa, the match that I think people have been waiting for a long time. And it's just, yeah, no, I'd give this match like a 9.5 out of 10 at the very least. Anyway, Kaiju.
Yes. Yeah, no, okay. Without getting into spoilers, since we'll probably save that for next time. Again, action is super on point. I think and I'm with GVR. I like the human elements to it, even if some of it is like. I got this back in 20. Oh, I'll give this much away. I got this back in 2020. I really wanted to push for it to be released in 2020 because that's when I felt like it would have had the biggest impact because of the way the story is. Given the nature and given the premise of the story, I think it would have been...
Yeah, it dates
with
itself.
Arnold Trump.
Yeah.
Arnold.
I mean, to be fair, it at least says it's set in 2020, so that's at least justified. But yeah, no, it's like I really wish I could have gotten this out. The one thing that held it back was, at the time that I read it, the characterization of Legendary Godzilla. I didn't feel too comfortable with the way he was characterized here, one compared to King of the Monsters. But in wake of Godzilla vs. Kong, the characterization of Legendary Godzilla in this match is absolutely perfect. So, in that light, I was like, okay, awesome. I was dreading having to edit it to reflect that, but thankfully GVK got my back and was like, no, you don't need to touch it. It was like, thank gosh. Because I thought he was a little too, like, I guess a little too cocky in a way, like too much attitude compared to Legendary to King of the Monsters. But again, when scaled to GVK, it's like, okay, no, this is perfect. This is very much perfect. The only thing that dates itself is just literally the date. But again, I stress the match literally has the date on there. So even if it's dated, it's at least dated in the sense that makes sense. Like, internally, it's still set in that time frame. We lived through that, and yeah, it was kind of sucky. It just would have been more impactful had it been released as soon as I got it, you know? But, yeah. But again, yeah. I do hope you understand my concerns of holding back because of Legendary Godzilla's characterization at the time. I just hope that makes sense.
I mean, I don't really see what would have been too out of line with just King of the Monsters in mind.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I actually kind of find it funny because I find it the opposite to be true with this match. I found it that like by the end, I was like, oh yeah, this is a match that came out before Godzilla vs. Kong because there's specifically one moment where there's characterization given to Godzilla Legendary. I'm like, this would make, having watched Godzilla vs. Kong, it's like, I don't think this would work. I'm not going to say but I'm like, this one character line is, I don't think that'll work because of Godzilla vs. Kong. We're now saying it. I don't think this can be true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I get what he's talking about.
But yeah, no, I again, even with this match, it is still, Godzilla is treated well. Legendary is not like, yeah, there is no like, oh, if only this movie had come out, maybe this would have changed. It's like, no, this really is the best of Legendary fighting the best of Shin. Like GVR said, like this is the best of both kind of movies put together.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, I still hold this match in like really high regard. Definitely hope to like get back to it and reread it just casually for myself in the future because it was like, it's dense, but I love it. And again, massive credit to using the Godzilla PS4 characters. That's awesome. I love. I wanted to do that, and I love the way it's handled here. So. Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the banner. Yeah, the banner looks really good. It's simple, but it looks good.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's hard to say. It's great Ditto banner. Ditto rocking it with the banners. So, yeah, no, good stuff though. Freaking great stuff. My goodness. But yeah, no, really enjoyed the match. And yeah, without getting too deep into any of the spoiler elements that I technically already said in like the Toho Kingdom forums. Yeah, no, this one's great. This one is great.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be very hard for anything to top this match for the match of the year.
We'll see. We will see. Nagoto, what'd you think of the match?
Really, it was really good. Like, it's long, but it keeps your attention, so that makes it's good because it keeps your attention. It's not just long for being long, it's long for good story. Also, there were some tense moments in this as well. The banner looks nice. It's simple, but it looks good, and that's always a good thing. The human elements were really good as well. I like the use of the PS4 characters, like the operator. And like you guys said, this is basically the best of like Legendary Godzilla and Shin Godzilla. We'll go into more detail when everyone reads the match.
Yes.
Yeah, we're recording this on the day of.
Yeah. So it's hard to get a lot of
get a lot of feedback on a match that's 24,000 words long.
24,000.
Yeah.
24,000 words long. That's only been out for almost 6 hours.
Yeah.
For some context, I was only 2/3 of the way through the match when this started.
I hopefully everyone will hear that recording. So, but
Yeah, the only people who have read it so far are either the people who need to read it before it goes up,
Hello.
or psychopaths like me, Nagoda, and GMK Koji.
That's everyone bacon.
Well, it's not our fault that Bacon was too busy doing a weed and playing the Fortnite.
No, he was sleeping.
He was
Get
sleeping.
it right.
He has
Yeah,
water
I-
poison. Someone has poisoned his watering hole.
Didn't fall asleep till like 5 a.m. So that was fun.
Damn.
But yeah. Yeah. Did you have anything else to elaborate on, Nagoda, or you good?
I like the characterizations the monsters have. That was nice. That's it for now.
Okay. Alex, what'd you think of the match?
Well, I agree with GPR, Kaiju X, and Nagoda. The Kaiju and the human action was excellent, and it's one of the most progressive matches of all time.
Unironically, yeah.
Yes, and I'm not being ironic about it. It's actually one of the most
It is.
progressive
It
matches.
is really progressive.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait for the Facebook comments.
The Facebook comment section on this one's going to be interesting for a number of reasons.
The libtards are ruining my KWC.
I don't even know if that's going to be the most common complaint. We're going to have to see.
We'll see.
Really? Legendary Godzilla gets no respect.
Oh boy.
Again.
Yeah, like I said, I think this match was really good. I was engaged the whole time. The story, the action, I had no idea who was going to win. Again, it was a really close matchup. And like GBR said, I think this is going to be one of the best of the year. I would give more thoughts, but we're just doing brief for now.
Doing it brief for now. So, and GMK Goji, what? He said he read this one. So, what'd you think of it, man? He did said he remembered the banner he made for the match, even though he didn't know the specifics. I guess it was just like on the banner request thread. So. Memes, meming it.
Oh, yeah, speaking of like the jabs towards a certain person in the match, on looking on the forums, and even the author's like, yeah, this match was written in 2020, so those little jabs will feel a bit outdated.
Yeah, but again, to its benefit, the match is actually supposed to be set in that time frame, and I think that low key kind of dates it automatically. So it's like it's at least internally justified by having that there. If it wasn't there, then yeah, it would definitely be the datedness would be more obvious.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why, like, I don't really try to like date my matches unless I'm very specifically putting them in a specific time frame, just because it takes forever for these things to go out sometimes. So it's like, yeah. Be careful with contemporary references when the match might not go up for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. But I will say, I actually, again, presidents, such things, totally fine to be included because they are what is basically the popular lexicon. Like, it's just... If
it had been a Marvel character, though, Greyshot would have killed someone.
Yes.
Yes. if Tony Stark ever becomes president, we're going to have some serious issues.
Greyshot, I have an easier solution. Just give it to the KWCE.
Happily.
Read what GMK Goji said, or
Also,
die.
Okay.
Yeah,
we apparently can't turn presidents into titans anymore, so
Nope.
there's that too.
Thank gosh. Yeah, no, all it took was someone bringing it up, making Santa Claus a Titan. I was like, nope, the line has been drawn. But okay.
Someone brought up Santa Claus turning into a titan.
Yes.
When did this happen?
A while ago.
Well, you
Yoda, that was
guys
literally
ruined
the whole
it.
reason
We
we
were
went into
gonna
that
have.
giant argument.
But okay, here's what GMK Goji has to say. Plain and simple, I love this match. The action, plot, human stuff, everything was top-notch and excellent. Easily one of my favorites of the year so far. Also, the moment I saw the match's title, I was like, shit! Hang on. And immediately thought Ray was going to win. Okay, this is what he thought. Whether he did or not is for the people who haven't read this match to see. So,
yeah, and you made a banner for it, too.
yeah.
It's a nice looking banner.
Yeah, no, this is actually a really nice looking banner. I actually really like it. So
They both have the same composition.
yeah, low key. Nice low
it's-
angle too. I kind of like it.
It's a little asylum-y is the best way to describe it. Maybe it's just me. I'm not... The 3D models look a smidge off, but...
I think it's more the environment, if anything. I think the models.
3D
are fine.
models always look a smidge off. Like when you put a 3D model next to like a toy, of course it's gonna look off. One of them is real.
I will say we have had banners where it's like, nah, this just looks like the two side by side work really well.
Mhm.
Like well, I'll just post it.
Look, at least GMK's banner, which I assume is going to be posted on the video itself, at least it's better than the... at least it's better than King Kong versus Gabra.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do worse than King Kong versus Gabra.
Wait, I need to remove this. I need to remove this right now. I just realized I posted that in the KWC gen, not the staff. What?
You were not meant to see that. That was not meant for mortal eyes.
A whole bunch of people
Right
just saw
now.
possible people.
What do you mean Greyshot is dumber than Kaiju X? Kaiju X that reveals monsters every time he's in the server with someone.
Did you know this is common
What are you
knowledge?
talking about? Hold on. You say that Greyshot's dumber than Kaiju X, but Kaiju X has gone to me and say, "Hey, Bacon, don't leak this," and then he leaks me everything, and I don't say a goddamn thing. Soul said the H word.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I think that does it for this match, for the discussion. I think it's time we move on to the KWCEs, unless anyone else has anything to say.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really to elaborate on with the. Nothing.
More will be discussed next month when we can have a more thorough discussion on this one.
Yeah. Though I'm pretty sure that's
Especially because
At least with the
especially because
highlights.
it's entirely possible. Yeah. The ending. We can talk about the ending, which I think a lot of us want to talk about.
Don't agree.
so that and among other things. So before you
So in short, if you haven't read this match by the time this video goes up, do it now.
do it now in the future. Like by the time this video goes up, like the person that's read it has already read it by the time we tell them to do it because they already read it because we conveyed the message before. I lost myself in my own joke. I'll
Stop speaking. Kaiju, you need to learn to stop speaking.
No.
Kaiju X, you have the IQ of a dead ant here.
Damn, I wish I had the IQ of a dead squirrel. I think that would be less insulting.
How is that less insulting? A dead squirrel is a rodent. Anteaters are cool. I give you an upgrade. Nah, you're a dead mouse now. Shut up.
I thought you said a dead ant.
No, dead anteater.
Oh, I would have taken that. Damn it. I'm a dead mouse now.
God, we're dumb.
Anyway, but yeah. I don't. If anyone else doesn't have anything else to say, we'll migrate. That's pretty much it for the KWC side of things. But now we go on to the KWCE, where we have a brand new Monster Month. Woo! Welcome to KWCE 3, everyone, where video game monsters rule the land, at least for the month. So this will be fun. And so far, it's shaping up to be real promising. And we will be migrating over to Match 69. Hey! Rodan Monsterverse versus Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina. Also known as A Good Time. I have one confession to make.
Did you not read this?
I didn't read it.
I didn't read it either.
You fail, Kaiju X.
I know.
Right.
I wanted... Okay. Again, much like the others, I wanted to read this. I really did, but my brain just wasn't focused on the match in particular to give it its due time. I have no doubt it's really good. I have no doubt it's really good, and I kind of hope to get back to it, but as of now, I cannot give my thoughts because I have not had the chance to read it. So...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Godman was a higher priority than the Spire match.
That'll make sense eventually. Anyway. But yeah, I did not have the chance to read this one, so you can just skip right over me as we start with Baekhyun.
This match is fire. This is a good-ass match. Shut the fuck up, Alex. This match is very good. Rodan's characterization, really well done. Pokemon are used well. The environment is used well. I will admit, going in, when I saw Rodan versus the Creation Trio, I was like, oh god, this is just gonna be a massacre. But how everything is done is very nicely touched. The Pokemon War and having Rodan be this element that isn't from that world is so written really well. And no, this is just a great start to the KWCE 3, and I look forward to the rest of this event. Just a good match.
All right, Greyshot, did you happen to read it?
That's an interesting story, but that's an interesting question, and it all should really go back to my childhood when I didn't read then and I didn't read now. No.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good. Alright, GVR, what'd you think of it?
Alright, this match, written by Shin Gojira 14, who was also the one who wrote Legendary vs. Reiwa, is a super good match. Great match. Like Bacon, I was like, this doesn't really seem like a fair fight. But then, as it was written, it was really good. My brain stopped working for a second, I'm sorry. Yeah, this match is great. It takes a very strange premise and makes it work very well, incorporates the two worlds together very well, despite how odd they may seem together. The action is really well done. Very fast-paced, intense. And the characterization given to Rodan is really good as well. That's all I gotta really say.
DVR,
I
can I
think-
have them in nuggets?
Huh?
Yeah, I can hear wind on your side.
That's sorry, too bad. Deal with it.
Alright. Did you have anything else to say, or? I'll take that silence as a no. Nagoda, what'd you think of it?
Unfortunately, I didn't read it. I didn't even know there was a KWC out. I I don't have the thing. What's it called? I am not subscribed to the topic, so I don't get notifications about this.
I mean, you could just like see it when I post new KWCE in the general discussion.
Yeah, but then by the time I look in the general discussion, there's like 50 more messages because people are always talking.
Damn.
Well, you could just check the KWCE occasionally whenever we say it because we have an actual schedule now.
You guys have there's an actual schedule now? Oh, that makes it easier for me.
Yeah, the regular ones
Yeah.
are once a month, but in this case, it's divided into a couple parts. So.
Yeah, it is yeah, for most of the year, it is on a new match is put up on the 15th. But for this specific month, we're doing it every 7th day.
It's only 15 matches a year. Holy moly.
Well, Kaiju X put like 11 a year.
Yeah, so.
Well, you don't have to do what he says anymore. You kicked him out.
Well, no, we're doing one match a month. We're doing one match per month because we don't have a lot of matches.
Yeah, it's a good way to spread out.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
Here, I've got a dozen if you want them. They're free, I promise. There's no bugs or anything in them.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're written terribly.
What?
Greyshot, we don't.
Oh no.
Greyshot, we don't want matches written by monkeys with typewriters.
Even if those monkeys can write Shakespeare.
But here's a question: why do I keep hiring them as my verified editors?
And you have no
That's
other
your
choice.
fault.
All the other ones are
Kaiju
bad.
X is about to say, hey, and then get cut off.
Dig blast.
You know, Kaiju X's profile picture right, is literally King Kong. So
It's just Kaiju X being racist again.
Dig blast.
I like how I said the joke, and somehow Kaiju X is the racist.
Yeah, it circles back to me.
Well, yeah, because Kaiju X is racist and you're a drug addict.
Applebee's is both racist and has drugs.
Yeah, he's the drug kingpin of Applebee's.
Dig blast it. Good grief.
I'm taking over, by the way, and with
No, you're not.
no, as in I'm taking over for Kaiju X when I say for this segment of for the podcast because I'm the only one who's read all these matches.
Oh, I also read the KWCE matches. Ha!
Well, GVR, it's a good thing you're white then. Otherwise, Kaiju X would have a problem.
Now, here's the thing: for the KWCE, I'm the second in command, so technically, this should be my part of the podcast.
That's, I never thought about it that way. I'm just so used to doing it, you know.
Now you're never
Kaiju
going
X
to
is
think
not
about
gonna
anything
like that.
ever again.
Yeah, that's. Oh my gosh, you're right. GVR, take it away.
Oh my god, you're emasculating him.
Yeah, GMK Goji, I assumed you were already typing out your thoughts.
Suddenly, he starts typing in the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is legit my favorite KWCE match of all time. This was a god tier match in terms of action, plot, and especially characterization. Rodan and the Creation Trio were portrayed excellently, and I loved Rodan's characterization especially. All in all, this is my favorite KWCE match. Almost nothing can top this for me. Those were GMK's thoughts. And yeah, I think a lot of people can agree that this is at the top of the heap maybe not the best KWCE ever for everyone, but like I think everyone can agree this is gonna be showing up in everyone's top 10s or at least top 5s. Because yeah, this match is excellent. Okay, I think that does it for this match. Now we may move on to KWCE number 70, which is Godzilla Heisei and Beigan versus G Bionic Gauss from the Gamera 2000 video game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't read it.
Okay. I am not surprised. Kaiju, did you read it?
Yeah, I read the older version that that I was basically kind of editing for Harley, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like, so at the very least, I know the plot points. I know how it goes down. I don't know the specific changes made between, because I did make some suggestions. I don't know if there were.
Well, I did some editing for this one before it was posted.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if there were any major changes. Like, I'm looking at it now, it doesn't seem like, it seems like everything is sort of like
Well, I just
more
fixed-
refined, but I'm just saying there were edits I have found and caught for Harley when I was reading it. So yes, I did read this match. So yes, I know.
Nothing...
I know how it goes down. I know everything that. So yes, I did read this one.
Okay, yeah, good to hear. Bacon, let's start off with you.
Yeah. This match is quite fun to read. Bionic Gauss is a beast. Fucking the gore was used very well. The action was very nicely done. Having both Bagan and Godzilla just be overwhelmed by this overwhelming, gigantic monstrosity. It's just really cool. Super Godzilla part's really fun. Was not expecting that ending. Overall, pretty solid match. And let's see. I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't read it, but that scene where Godzilla's jaw is just obliterated is nuts. It seems the best, my favorite scene in the entire thing. That was so cool. Okay, KWCE 3 is going really well so far.
Indeed it is. Greyshot, I'm going to take a guess and say you haven't read this one.
I did not read it, but I will say I did see the match be posted, and I was like, "Oh, I remember that character," and I was like, "That seems interesting," and then I proceeded not to read it. So I have a little bit more input than usual.
Yeah. True. Objectively correct.
Objectively correct. He actually looked at it this time.
It did look at this one. I was like, that, because I have never played the game, but I did recognize, like, oh yeah, that's from the video game. Oh god, that is one ugly looking kaiju.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually, it might be one of the few KWCEs that I go and check out based on these good recommendations. But yes, GBR, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Harley knocked it out of the park with this one. Really always good to see two enemies teaming up, and Godzilla and Beigan is one that you'd never expect, just because like Beigan always seems like he is the threat to team up against,
Mm-hmm.
but here he's up against something even worse than him, and it works super well. Yeah, the action in this one is amazing, very brutal. Harley did a very good job at portraying how powerful the G Bionic Gauss is. For those who don't know, the G Bionic Gauss is the final boss of the Gamera 2000 video game, and it is a genetic hybrid of Gamera and Gauss DNA.
So it parallels Bagan like a creature that is combined of Godzilla and King Ghidorah DNA. So it parallels that.
Yeah, I'm actually the one who recommended Beigan as an opponent for the G Bionic Gauss to Harley because, well, it's pretty much Gamera Beigan.
Pretty much, yeah.
And yeah, when you watch footage of the game, you'll see that, like, the G Bionic Gauss just fires hundreds of projectiles constantly, and it's like Harley did a very good job of portraying that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, especially, yeah, the match is great all throughout, but it gets at its best when the G Bionic Gauss reaches its final stage where it rips out of the ground and grows wings. That's when the match just reaches a fever pitch, and it's excellent. So yeah. excellent secondary match for KWC E3. I can assure you that the next two will keep up with this pace of being excellent.
Excellente. And I have to echo those sentiments. Like, there were some problems I had with the first draft Harley had sent to me. Like I think you had already looked over at that point, but I was like, there were a good number of errors and a couple of recommendations that I made to Harley. Just like, hey, try to do this, add that. I think at points it did go. I think there were some points in that old version that felt a little quick. That looks like that have been amended for here, for the most part. Again, just sort of glancing it over now is just like, yeah, no, I think I see more. It feels better spaced out, too. Because I know there was one in particular that was like a paragraph-long sentence. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, like, I went through this match and did the editing.
Yeah. So I imagine you probably, like, spruced it up some, too. But yeah, no, like, all around, like...
Yeah, I didn't actually change, like, any of the plot or anything.
Oh, yeah, you just cleaned it
like,
up.
Yeah, I just cleaned up.
Yeah, but with that said, when I did, even with that old version, when I read it, I had the biggest damn grin on my face. It felt so satisfying to see Baggin on the pressing side against G Bionic Gauss. My goodness, I loved I feel bad for Godzilla because I feel like he's the it makes sense because he's regular Godzilla for a good portion of it. So it's like it's no surprise he gets shafted while Baggin gets to take the spotlight. But hot dang, it felt so nice to see Baggin, like, again, fandom wise propped up to be like strongest of the strong, like basically getting his butt kicked. I am a sucker for that kind of setup where Baggin's being pushed against the enemy. Gosh.
Yeah, no, Baggin is not invincible in this match.
No, he is not. And again, G Bionic Gauss, easily one of my favorites of the like Gamma video game monsters. Oh man, yeah, no, Harley represented G Bionic Gauss really well. And again, I say Godzilla gets shafted, but Godzilla's still given his chance to shine, especially like early on against the Dragon Fortress. Like,
There's other Gamma video game monsters?
probably not that many. I mean, I guess just like internally, like from Gamma 2000, but.
I know there's the Armadillo Gauss.
Yeah, there's the Armadillo.
Yeah, there's the Armadillo Gauss and the Neo Gauss, which is two-headed.
And Gauss Man.
Yeah, but we haven't added him to the
There's a
KWCE.
Gauss Man?
Yeah, we don't add him to the KWCE because he's just like he's too small.
Yeah. But yeah, friggin'
He looks awesome, but he's too small.
But yeah, no, like all around, yeah, no, Harley did a great job with this. Like, it's just such a fun premise. And yeah, no, once it starts hitting up that freaking, once G Bionic Gauss goes flying, oh boy, man, it gets wild. Good stuff.
Yeah, Dakota, did you read this one?
I haven't, but I have read the snippets Harley occasionally posted onto the server. From those, this is a really interesting match.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like Godzilla and Baggin are like really powerful and beating down this other thing. No, they're struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, Kaiju, sorry if I cut you off or anything.
Oh no, you're all right. I think I was pretty much just about just about done with my thoughts. Yeah, no, I have. Yeah, aside just from a couple grievances here and there, I think this match was ultimately handled really well. So.
Yeah, Alex, did you read this one? Oh, you already said you didn't. Never mind.
Yeah, pay attention.
Okay. I remembered.
Unlike me, who forgot.
Yeah, we'll just wait for GMK to post his thoughts.
Yeah. I didn't read it.
He did not read the
dang it. What a letdown. It's just like, dang it.
I'm used to it. The KWCE is always it's the sibling that gets hidden under the stairs.
So it's a wizard?
Yes, the KWCE is a wizard for having over 1,000 monsters.
You know, it's usually older sibling that gets forgotten as the newer sibling arrives. For once, it's vice
What I
versa.
don't understand is we're NCIS and the KWCE is NCIS Los Angeles.
Damn. All right, I think that'll do it for the KWCE discussion.
Yes.
Look out for the next two KWCE 3 matches.
Woo!
I imagine that when this goes up, the third one will probably have been posted,
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
because this is being recorded on the 20th, and the next KWCE 3 goes up the 21st.
Yeah.
So yeah, we may move on to whatever else is desired.
Right.
Kaiju, you may resume control of your show.
Thank you. I made sound effect for no reason. All right. And I think with that said, I think the big KWC related thing that I think ought to be discussed right now is, well, this whole thing exists to advertise the KWC 2021 mid-year survey. So please, I'll have it in the description. You know, if you can find it in front of Toho Kingdom right now, please make your vote. Make your voice be known, so that way we could just ignore it. I'm kidding.
Yes, vote for Mecha King Ghidorah.
Vote for GMK. You know, get it right. You're supposed to get East Nagoda.
Vote GMK to spite that one guy who was complaining.
Exactly.
And then Alex is like, Greyshot, you swayed Nagoda's vote. I don't accept this as his biological father.
Nagoda's already voted, and he's already done so against my wishes. So, like, you know, this is just him claiming he's voted in line with me, but secretly he.
I'm pretty sure Greyshot knows which one is mine of the submissions already for the survey.
If I had a tier chart or like something I could put someone's face next to each comment, I think I could get like half of the KWC's responses in the survey that was posted today.
Well, you probably know mine because, like I said, I wasn't able to actually finish typing out the answer to 6.
And then
Greyshot probably knows mine because I memed the retirement one.
Well, no, Greyshot probably knows mine because all of mine are like all the ones where it's like you type out what you think. Mine's are paragraphs.
Oh my gosh.
I have a lot to say.
Find the person that try-harded so hard on this survey. Oh, there we go. There's GVR.
Does mine say one of mine says, "Well, I am staff, but here's what I think," or something like that.
DMK Ghidorah because he's cool. Bring back Daigoro.
Bacon, did you do the survey?
He did.
Then let that be all you have to say, instead of ranting.
Well,
You're ranting.
For those that don't know or haven't checked it out, the thing about the survey is that it's primarily about the retirees, lesser forms, and a few questions thrown in for our own curiosity, specifically in regards to the new multimedia section and a retiree, possibly. So we sent those questions, and we'll wait to see what the responses will be like. As of right now, it's interesting. I would say that there's, for retirement, it is currently been, I'd say much more down the road in regards to responses. And then for lesser forms, it is definitely swayed to one side over the other.
For now.
So...
Yes, you heard that right. Multimedia. That means that you too can now submit a video, a comic, or an audio drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whoever has made those audio dramas lying about.
So all you artists out there that want to submit a KWC but you can't write, just make a comic. You don't need words, just draw.
Oh god, can you imagine the stick figures you get if
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying right now, if you want me to make if anyone thinks that I'm going to draw a comic for the KWC, think again. You get stick figures, and you get my Godzilla is about the best thing I can draw, but even then it looks like a weird T-Rex. Like, it's not good.
Oh yeah, no, like I've posted my attempts at drawing before here, and like it doesn't look good. I drew Red King, and he looked like a bowling pin.
That was my favorite drawing ever. It was so beautiful. You had it as a profile pic, and I loved every second of it.
So yeah, that's survey. If you haven't taken it, go take it. It's really good, or you should really do it. Otherwise, does anyone else have any comments about the survey?
I mean, it's hard to say because information's still really new as of this podcast, but it was nice to, like, just address it. It's there. Go vote. Please make your voice be known. Please.
Instead of just complaining.
Yes.
We're not like America. We don't suppress votes.
Totally not.
Unless the vote disagrees with us, then we suppress it.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're not necessarily a democracy.
Oh, neither was your mother. Got him.
Okay.
But yeah.
Should we just jump into singular point?
Yeah, sure. We're going to singular point it up. Though, wait. That depends. Who here has or has not seen Singular Point?
I think JNK Goji is the only one that has it.
I don't think he's too stingy on spoilers.
Well, do we just want to go? Do we just want to go with how it's going to affect the KWC primarily, and not go into the show?
Sure, we could save the show.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
I think there's like two things we could say, which is very clearly obvious for like reps and all that. Yes, we are getting singular point reps, and no, Rodan and Manda will not be part of them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think those two are pretty definitive. Yeah.
Yeah, those two statements are obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, we are getting singular point reps. How specific are we willing to go on what we are going to get?
Okay, let me phrase it this way. Yes, singular point reps are in discussion right now. I mean, we've been talking about it. Like, we've been keeping it. Well, obviously, we have our eye on the show. So, obviously, it's like, okay, you get in. But likewise, between the voting that's going on right now, combined with the guidebook that was sadly delayed, we kind of want to get whatever final details we can get before we solidly confirm all the ones we want to get in. But there are some.
Yes, we are waiting on certain things.
Yeah,
we are waiting.
Yeah. So once we get that information, we'll probably I don't know if we'll make it public. I guess that's just, I'm gonna leave that to Greyshot to say, hey, this guy and this guy are public, and then the rest.
I mean, I think we should.
Yeah, for sure.
At least two of them. I think two of them can be made public.
If you want like our general thoughts, we're not going to give like a review of the show. I'm focusing solely on the monsters. I think that there are quite a number of monsters that are unique in design or that are reincarnations or reincarnations of previous characters that are done with enough uniqueness and flair that give them their own personality and or are a better incarnation than the previous. I think one character that's kind of obvious, like that's all over the marketing, is like Jet Jaguar. He, I mean, in the trailer alone, he has so many different things going about him and going for him that the show just amplifies all that to such a degree that, we're waiting for the guidebook, but yeah, it's his show, and it definitely, he does shine, and that is a very heavy presence when discussing new additions from the show.
Yeah. As for the rest of them, just wait and see. I know a lot of people are probably wondering what's up with Ultima and Shin, and like that's going to depend on a number of things, partially being the survey.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So depending on how things go, it may have to force us to reprioritize in different places. So because I know I've made my comments on the forums, but that could easily be rebutted into something else provided things go a certain way. Dig blasted.
Can we mention him? The green one.
I
Monkey.
mean, I think people know enough about him.
Yeah, I think you can say because he's a unique monster technically.
Yeah, we're probably getting Salunga.
Yeah, the monster. For those, yeah, Salunga is the one that looks like a kind of a hybrid in the trailers between like a Baragon and Gabara,
Yep.
and yeah, he again
Caller.
like Jet Jaguar, he has a lot of pressure when it comes to interesting beats about him that we're thinking about. Like, okay, might add him.
I will say to, I guess, set expectations on, like, saying, oh, well, are we getting all of them? Well, like I said, obviously no. Again, this is just up to whoever in. With the guidebook, I think the most you could probably expect is maybe 4.
Yeah, that's. I think that's a decent.
At most.
Yeah.
Jet Jaguar and Salunga are the most likely, if not outright confirmed. Ultima is still up in the air, and then there's 2 others from the show that's like, we'll have to wait and see. More deliberation needs to be required.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, we are getting stuff out of Singular Point. Do not worry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the people on the staff who have watched Singular Point have adored it, and it brings a lot
It's
of new,
good.
interesting stuff to the
You
table.
guys are gonna
so-
enjoy it.
Yeah, it comes out. When does it come out on Netflix?
24th.
Yeah, listen,
4
go
days.
watch it. Yeah, we're not gonna give spoilers. We're not gonna say the plot or anything. Just go watch it, enjoy
Yes.
it. You'll have a great
Do
time.
watch it. Yeah, I know.
Does Netflix dub and sub at the same time with their releases? I honestly
think so. With the international one, there is a dub. So.
Okay.
Like Greyshot was about to say, does Netflix suck?
I mean, yes. Comparatively to a lot of other streaming services, I would say it does. But in some other retrospect, it has a lot of great shows. But I didn't know for their dubs or their anime specifically if they dub and sub it upon release at the same time. Because I know they keep it in Netflix jail up until like the last episode.
Yeah.
Because God forbid waiting week to week for a show.
Yeah, it's like, what do we have? Patience?
No,
That doesn't exist.
no, we don't.
With Netflix binge, fucking mindset.
We shall see. KWC is in an interesting spot at the time due to the fact that there's a lot of new stuff coming out. So just, yeah. Trying to stay on top of it all. But, like, we're getting just, like, showered in Kaiju content.
Yeah, that's why whenever I made the note in the past, like, the KWC might be focusing on monsters in the future more so than the past. This is why. Because, like, from this show alone, from the first season, it's like, well, we've got a nice helping right here. We have an appetizer, a main course, and a hell of a...
How dare you focus on new monsters and not obscure guy from 40-year-old TV show that 5 people watched?
Yeah, that they made a remake of in the early 2000s.
Late 2000s.
Late
Bionicle
2000s,
Man?
sorry. My theoretical example, sorry.
Focusing on new kaiju, that just sounds like you hate old kaiju and the dumb suits.
It almost sounds like we got what we need instead of what we want and decided to focus on new things over old things because we're running out of old things.
Yeah, if you want the idea of what's going on, I'm currently looking at the welcome new additions at the restaurant where Kaiju X is literally scraping the barrel as much as he can. He is getting every ounce that he can out of that barrel. He's not letting a thing to waste.
Yes, that is my job, gosh darn it.
And he does a damn good job.
Hell yeah. Make the most with what you got.
Yeah, but yeah, go watch Singular Point. It'll be a great time, guaranteed. And yeah, I guess it's pretty much the last big kaiju edition for the KWC, probably until Shin Ultraman kind of rears its head, and we kind of can take a look at that.
Oh,
and see if it's gonna
Yokai
be...
War
Hey, oh yeah, and Yokai War. Yeah, that's another one.
because of Daimajin.
We have to, yeah, again, we have to, I guess that's true, but we have to see how
Yeah,
that one
that's-
turns out.
Well, I mean, technically both.
Yeah.
But yes.
So, yeah, I know. I'm literally scraping whatever. Like, yeah. Okay, so I guess just a little bit behind the scenes. I get if it would be all right if I could mention this. I'm not gonna say who. I'm just gonna say what. Like,
Sure.
behind the scenes, I am doing everything I can to make the most of what we have with what we got. Basically, I am trying to look through other franchises or other properties to say, this guy could be interesting. This guy could be interesting. And we all have a collective discussion about it, basically going yes or no. Right, GVR?
And
Yeah.
we don't just retire people because to make ourselves look busy.
Right. Because it's like, I am actively busy doing deep conductive research for a particular monster that could be really interesting. And Greyshot
Yes.
gave certain green lights to certain elements after inspecting said character. And yeah, this one is an old character. Put that in big quotes. If you can put together who it is, congratulations, you got an internet cookie. But nevertheless,
Yeah.
what I do is like, I'm trying to find whatever we can get. So that way, at most, if we do get something from the past, it'd probably just be something like Warbat. You know, just something that like no one's really going to care about, aside from filler, in a technical sense. But it's like, I am trying to find as much reasonable old stuff as I can get into the KWC, so we can focus on new things moving forward. So that way, nothing is left behind, or at least nothing noteworthy isn't left behind.
Yes, we are looking. We are not just retiring monsters because we want to. And we're not just sitting on our asses all day with our thumbs up them. We are looking into things. We are trying to we are constantly looking and shifting and changing.
Yeah.
And we're
Well,
definitely
speak
not
for yourself.
retiring Heisei for Showa Rodan.
Yeah. Because Heisei does literally everything Showa does, but better.
And thanks
and
to
more.
leniency, definitely everything Showa does, but better. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah. So we are, and for that matter, it's this in-depth research for fan fiction that makes me want to do / inspires me to make Toho Kingdom bios. So let that sit. You know, it's like, oh yeah, no, the work we do on this fan fiction, we try to be like, even though it's operated by monkeys, we try to be diligent. We try to be like, you know, we try to run to the best of our ability, even if it comes in clash with the more public mindset. But we are always working behind the scenes, and I'm always discovering and sharing new stuff, which, thanks to my brother, who also does a lot of the research stuff too, you know, it's easy. It's nice to have easy access to the stuff he already got, you know. So yeah, no, literally the bios written by me were because of the KWC. So you're welcome.
Yeah, and we do listen to feedback from the public. That's why we have the survey.
Yeah.
It's just the issue is that a lot of people are stupid.
That they are. Stupid people.
Think about how dumb the average person is, and then realize that half the population is dumber than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not that far, but I do think of the quote from what's it called, Men in Black. No, a person is logical, you know, forward thinking. People are stupid, irrational.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh my god, that's like low key my line of thinking. Actually, it's like, oh yeah, no, people are logical, like rational, and all that. It's people that are stupid. Oh lordy. But yeah, freaking oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that's gonna be oh boy, that is gonna be a time for a time. I don't know what that means, but whatever. Oh yeah, should we talk about the multimedia update? I guess in greater detail.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't think we did. So it's like, all right.
I mean, I did mention like people can make comics and audio dramas alongside videos now.
Well, like I guess we did kind of touch on it just a little bit because it's like, yeah,
We touched on it, but you can go into more
yeah.
detail.
Okay, so so after much discussion, I think we found a nice way to go about it. The KWC animated was updated into the KWC multimedia. This will allow for more matches and more ways we can go about formatting that particular section in such a way that makes like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, my brain's going, I could just hear it. But yeah, no, like KWC multimedia is ultimately our way of expanding on the KWC animated, so that way, one, we can get more types of submissions in from you guys, from different kinds of artists, because hey, not everyone's going to be an animator, not everyone's a stop motion artist. You know, we gotta expand in important ways, and lo and behold, that's what we have here. KWC multimedia, and primarily the big formats are video, comic, and audio drama. Obviously, KWC animated this is literally a anything goes sort of situation. So if you're able to pull off a video game that makes sense for it to be a video game, which I don't know how you would do that, I guess aside from making a Super Godzilla game or whatever, like if you could pull it off, by all means, we'll look at it, we'll talk about it, and
He's saying making a video game like a Flash game, not recording your TV as you play Destroy All Monsters.
yes, exactly. It has to be something handmade. Has to be custom made, completely built from the ground up, not record footage of GSTE and make it a KWC. No. So, but yeah, this one, just got a really nice overhaul recently, and all our stuff about it is in the KWC free, FAQ. We got the continuity register put up to the front page. Good stuff. But yeah, like all around, this was a really nice overhaul to something that was in desperate need of an overhaul for a good bit, and I'm glad it's finally just come to fruition. So, woohoo! Awesome. I guess there wasn't too much background with it. It was just, hey, Tyler, we want to update this, and we did. And there we go.
Yeah, because hopefully this will get more submissions in, because if you haven't noticed, we get like no animations submitted to us.
Right. The most animations we got were in like 2016, I want to say. And then while the recent KWC the multimedia stuff was from Tom, which had been great, like we can't always rely on Tom. We're gonna need other talent or other contributors. And fortunately, I'm so glad for audio drama, because that one's like practically up my alley. So
yeah.
So yeah, no, good stuff. I guess I don't really have too much to elaborate on, aside from the fact that the multimedia exists. So it's like, yeah, if you have a certain skill set that wasn't like strictly animated stuff, then by all means, there are other options. And like, yeah, if it goes beyond the normal 3,
You also updated the FAQ, didn't you? So that's another thing there.
Yeah. The FAQ got like 2 major updates.
Yep.
Like one was a much needed overhaul to reflect how we currently feel, because admittedly the old FAQ still had more of Christian, because I had taken the base from Christian Salabert's old FAQ and then just sort of just touched it up some. I knew one day we were going to have to overhaul it, but at the time it didn't feel like it was worth making the overhaul. But now, with how much has changed internally, how much of a different direction the KWC has become, has taken, yeah, it just felt due time to say, yeah, a overhaul for the FAQ was very much needed, because there were certain line of thinking that we were all like, yeah, no, we don't do this anymore. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, like the no. Well, yeah, like the two that come to my mind immediately are the no one-sided matches rule, which is not in place anymore, and the what was it exactly? Oh yeah, the like. Can I add new monsters? Sure, as long as they're Toho connected. When the actual answer to that question now is, we decided.
Yeah, we have a team that debates and decides these things. And as I said earlier, I do look for other options and other creatures, other characters. Whether it's actually complex and interesting, could be unique in its own, or something more superficial. Which again, sometimes you gotta either find. Best monsters are the ones that meet right in the middle, where it's like they got personality, they got unique powers, they look cool, or they look different. Even if it's ugly, because guess what? I don't discriminate ugliness, Greyshot. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, sometimes you gotta lean more into one side than the other, depending on the monster.
I will say I'm not objectively against ugly monsters. I'm just saying I think of the banner creators before they say, hey, you know Kamaginon? You know that super obscure monster? Good luck finding the banners.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's another thing we take into account. That 3D model I didn't make of him, which is a whole bunch of damn. But likewise, even the footage you could find of the episode online is not great. Which, I mean, makes sense. It's a show from the 70s. What could you do?
Like, the one thing I was glad for about the hybridization thing was Kamacuras finally has more images to use now.
Thank gosh. Oh, that took talking, but thank gosh. Oh. So, yeah, FAQ got a nice overhaul. If you haven't looked at it yet, please do, because we did change some things around. And yeah, I think that's roughly about it for now. So, in the meantime, hope you guys really enjoyed this month's podcast. You guys, do you have anything to elaborate on? Do you want to announce right now?
Someone make a comic, please.
Yeah, good luck with the multimedia section. If anyone wants to submit, we still accept at the same Gmail. But otherwise, I have no more comments or nothing more to add.
Yeah. Nothing now. We'll have the results to you guys next time for the next KWCC.
See ya.
See ya.
Go write matches with things. I don't know.
No.
Write Rian matches. Write Kaiju Muba. Write with obscure monsters.
Right with every new monster we included.
I love Legendary Godzilla. But please, write matches with other monsters in them.
Or, I have a better idea. Write legendary...
And don't
Wait. Write legendary Godzilla matches where he fights the obscure monster.
Yeah, that'll work.
Works. Even better, don't complain when Legendary loses for the first time.
He's already lost. I'm sorry to tell you that, champ, but the last obscure monster he fought kicked his ass, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Legendary Godzilla is not invincible. Did you even watch the 3 movies he's in? All 3 of them, he got his butt kicked.
In some capacity or another.
To be fair, that's like saying, guys, listen, Superman's not that tough. He only got beat by Doomsday and Zod. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, but he still lost. He's not invincible. He's very strong, but he's not invincible.
Well, I mean, even Invincible. I mean, I think we've all seen the show. He's lost to everyone. That's the whole point of the show.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, congratulations.
Why, thank you.
Greyshot's gonna be like, we need a new chief verifier now. Alex is fired.
Yeah, again, if you are interested in an editor position, just send your resume on the Gmail, and just all that you have to make note of is you've seen the show Invincible. You just have to confirm.
That's the only requirement.
Yes.